Calling all lovers of mystery and fans of a good story. If you haven't already heard me talk about June's Journey, you're in for a treat. It's time to don your detective hat in this free hidden object mobile game that delves into the captivating journey of June Parker, a self-proclaimed detective on a quest to unravel the mystery surrounding her sister's untimely death. In June's Journey, you get to play as June, deciphering clues and unveiling secret plots within thousands of beautifully illustrated scenes. And did I mention it's set in the glitzy 1920s? New chapters are added weekly, so you will never run out of new thrills to uncover, and you can also personalize and decorate your very own Orchid Island where the story takes place. How sharp are your detective skills? Find out when you download June's Journey on your Android or iOS device, or play online via Facebook Games. Your detective journey awaits.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And now, listen to this on the Toddcast podcast.
The Black Crowes released their debut album, Shake Your Moneymaker, in 1989 and immediately solidified themselves as one of the best rock bands of the time. Rolling Stone magazine readers named the band the best new American band in 1990. Their second album, The Southern Harmony and Musical Companion, went to number 1 on Billboard. VH1 put them at number 92 on the 100 Greatest Artists of Hard Rock list. They've sold over 30 million albums worldwide. You know about the brothers Robinson, Chris and Rich, infamously fighting like cats and dogs, and former drummer Steve Gorman's book, Hard to Handle, The Life and Death of Black Crowes, a Memoir, details that infighting. And when Steve was a guest of the podcast, we talked about his love of sports, mainly basketball and soccer. We talked about the shows that he was binge watching at the time, The Crown and Fargo. We talked about the Wilson sisters and their band, Heart. Legalized marijuana came up. So did the Beatles and the genius of Ringo Starr. He talked about growing up to the music of Zeppelin, Deep Purple, Yes, and lots of Motown. And Steve shared the writing process of his book, a must-read for any Black Crowes fan. Listen to this.
You know, to sit there and try to put half your life, or at the time, 27 years is half my life right now, so it was actually a little over half my life when I started writing the book. Try to put it all down. It was daunting until I started, and then as soon as I got into a flow, I really enjoyed the process. I'm very happy to sit and write, for hours at a time, as it turns out, to get lost in there. But I just think it's a fascinating story, and I say again because I've explained this so many times, but it's my story, and it's really, the book is about me, and then there's all these things that happen where other people are involved. But I wrote it from a perspective of, I know that people that love the Black Crowes are going to find things that are interesting about, or they're annoyed by, or that they wish they didn't know, or that they wish I'd told more about. Mm-hmm. But that's a given. I thought it was a story that anybody could find something from, whether you're a Black Crowes fan or not. It's just a question of what you're willing to do to get what you want, ultimately, and what you're willing to endure and put up with, and how do you know when you've crossed a line within your own moral compass. It's all those kind of themes, which I think everybody can relate to on some level in life, or certainly most people can.
Listen to this on the Toddcast podcast is brought to you by Tedco RV Supplies in Langley, an ICBC-approved repair shop. Find them online at TedcoRVSuppliesInc.com.
Talmor, Sheshin Marachi. Talmor is my home. My family have worked the land for generations. My gran says the island does not belong to us, but we belong to the island. And we must be ready, for a great evil is coming. And death follows with it.
Listen and subscribe to the latest season of Undertow, The Harrowing, a Storyglass production presented by Realm, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey there, it's Rachel Ballinger, and I am extremely excited to invite you to Rachel Uncensored. It's my podcast where I sit down and get real with my friends and celebrity guests, where we talk about all sorts of topics. And sometimes we might be under the influence when we do so. We cover things from personal stories to hot button issues. And it's the only place on the internet you can find an uncensored version of me. It's a side of me that you might not have seen before because it's not the most family or brand friendly. But don't worry, I'm still sort of slightly a decent human being. If you're intrigued, then make sure you check it out. New episodes drop every Wednesday. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Trust me, you won't want to miss out on the fun and candid conversations we have here on Rachel Uncensored.